Wow. 15,000 men beat a woman's record. The Olympic woman, best in the world. Jeez. So this differential isn't the results of boys and men having a male identity, more resources, better training, or superior discipline. It's because they have an androgenized body. They have a body that's full of testosterone, makes them better, not resources or anything like that. That's exactly what they're saying right off the bat on this Duke Law study. Thank you for returning to the Healer Sports Massage. Now, I want to actually look at a video, and I'm not even 100% sure that this video will make it to YouTube, and if it does, it'll be severely edited, but it'll definitely be on Rumble. So if you ever want the longer unedited stuff, make sure that you always tune into the Rumble channel, because we'll go deeper into certain things on our deep dive. But today, what I want to actually look at is something that I actually care a lot about, because I've been watching stuff like the MMA sports, and right now what's really controversial is when some of these women take the L's when they lose to like dudes, for lack of better words. One of the things that I really want to look at today is comparing athletic performances, the best elite women to boys and men, because Duke University has a really interesting study that I was made aware of, where they actually take a look at this and they look at numbers seriously, because I hear a lot of people arguing, you know, anything you can do, I can do better, or things of that nature. I just really want to look at a study and talk about the brass tacks of things. So here we go. Topic: comparing athletic performances, the best elite women to boys and men. There's a PDF version of this from the Duke Law. So if you want more, I'm going to leave the link in the description so you can get this. Now, what does this article say about the study? So if you know a sport, this is beyond a reasonable doubt. There's a 10 to 12% performance gap between elite males and elite females. The gap is smaller between elite females and non-elite males, but it's still insurmountable. And that's ultimately what matters. Translating these statistics into real-world results, we, for example, see that just in the single year 2017, Olympic, world, and U.S. champion Tori Bowie's 100 meters lifetime best of 1078 was beaten 15,000 times by men and boys. Yes, that's right. The number of zeros. Wow. 15,000 men beat a woman's record. The Olympic woman, best in the world. Jeez. So this differential isn't the results of boys and men having a male identity, more resources, better training, or superior discipline. It's because they have an androgenized body. They have a body that's full of testosterone, makes them better, not resources or anything like that. That's exactly what they're saying right off the bat on this Duke Law study. So if it's not me. If you got a problem with it, take it up with Duke Law. The results make it clear that sex determines win share. Female athletes here are defined as athletes with ovaries instead of testes and testosterone. Levels capable of being produced by the female are not comparative for the win against males. Here defined as athletes with testes and T levels within the male range. So they're looking at what your body produces most of. So it's not how you identify, it's what's being produced in the body. The lowest end of the male range is 3 times higher than the highest end of the female range. Wow. Consistent with females' far lower T levels, the female range is also very narrow, while the male range is broad. These biological differences explain the male and female secondary sex characteristics which develop during puberty and have lifelong effects, including those most important for success in sport: categorically different strength, speed, and endurance. There is no other physical, cultural, or socio-economic trait as important as testes for sports purposes. So testes and testosterone really increase the competitive nature of an athlete. Fascinating, this Duke Law study is. The number of men and boys beating the best women in the 100 and 400 meters is far from the exception. It's the rule, what Duke Law says. To demonstrate this, we compare the top women's results to the boys and men's results across multiple standard track and field events, just for a single year of 2017. Our data are drawn from the International Association of Athletics Federation's website, which produces complete worldwide results for individuals and events, including on an annual and all-time basis. We have limited the analysis to those events where a direct performance comparison could be made. For instance, we included 100 meters because both male and females compete over exactly the same distance, but we excluded shot put because males and females use a different weighted shot. Table 1 compares the number of boys, males under 18, whose results in each event in 2017 would rank them among the very best senior women that year. So let's look at this. All right, so let's go into 100 meters of a run. The best women's result is 10.17 seconds. Best boys result is 10.5 seconds. Number of boys outperforming the women is 124 plus. Wow. These are under 18 boys. Now, 200 meters, 21.77 for women, 20.51 for men, 182 boys outperforming. And it keeps going up in terms of meters. And we just wind up seeing at the 400 meters, it looks like more boys outperform women running a 400 meter race than any other distance going from 100 to 5,000 meters. Fascinating. So as we go to 800, it's 201 plus. 1,500 meters, it's 101 plus. 3,000 meters, it's only 30 boys outperforming. And 5,000 meters, it's 15 boys outperforming. So that's running distances. And now they have high jump, pole vault, long jump, triple jump. Okay, so a lot of this is explosive strength from the dashes to the jumps. So best women in the high jump, 2.06 meters. Best boys result, 2.25 meters. Number of boys outperforming women, 28. Pole vault, 4.91 meters. Boys, 5.31 meters. 10 boys outperforming the women. Long jump, 7.13 meters. Boys, 7.88 meters. Number of boys outperforming, 74. Triple jump, 14.96 meters. For women, best boys result, 17.30 meters for boys. Number of boys outperforming, 47. Right, so that is that one. Oh, this chart is the same type of chart, except it's women against men. So these are full-grown women against full-grown men. Oh my God! Look at those numbers of men outperforming. I thought the boys were intense, but wow, the men, it's a huge difference. So let's go through, what's the highest? Again, it's right between 400 for men and 800 for boys, where they really peak in their performance differences. So 100 meters for women is 10.71. For men, it's 9.69. Nice. And then the number of men outperforming is 2,474. I'm not going to go through all of these, but let's look at 200. 200, best women, 21.77. Best men, 19.77. 29.20. And now let's look at where the men really stand out, where most men outperform the women in the dashes. 400 meters dash, 49.46 in terms of the best women's result. Best men's, 43.62. And 4,341 men outperformed the women in the 400 meter dash. And then it just goes up from there. And really the lowest point where women and men are the closest is at the 500 meters race. So women wind up taking 14 minutes, 18.3 seconds. Men take 12 minutes, 55 seconds, 0.23. And then only 1,243 men outperformed the women. Only. Wow, these studies, they really make it apparent. High jump. So let's look at the high jump. And remember, we were looking at these, nothing really past 75 in terms of boys to women. But now looking at these jumps, nothing went under 600 in terms of men outperforming women in these jumps. So high jump, 2.6 meters. Men, 2.4 meters, 777 men. Pole vault, 4.91 meters. Best women, best men, 6 meters even. Number of men outperforming 684. And it goes on and on. All right, so let's continue. What's this next chart? Let's look at the next chart. All right, so then boys outperforming, men's outperforming. The fourth chart then looks at women, boys, and men, which honestly, they should have just started with this because it just would have been that much more direct and easier to like look at everything side by side. But this is a very interesting study, and I get what they're saying about it. All right, so then they go on, and this part's only going to be for Rumble. So if you want to actually see the full thing, make sure that you're tuned in on Rumble. This is something that's actually just, I wanted to go over it because as I was looking through the internet and just thinking of things to talk about and studies to look at, this one popped up. All the fire and all the rage to be talking about it. I just wanted to discuss it. You could also tell me what you think by making a comment in the comment section down below, but they have 22 different sources. This is on Duke Law and it's a study by them. So I just wanted to go over it. You can have your opinion if you want. I'm not trying to say either way. today. I just wanted to add my voice to the discussion and present something that I found to be very interesting evidence, because it's like the soccer game where the Olympic women's team lost to the boys team. But that's this. One of the things is, aside from the differences of what can happen, even when you're competing with everyone and it's a fair playing field, injuries do happen. One of the things I want to talk about is just what to do to take care of yourself to actually recover better. And this is a good resource right here for you to watch. And if not, go into this video and I'm sure you're going to love it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.